celebrate our 17th anniversary under the banner of City of Faith and under the leadership of founder and pastor Patrick D. Schaefer. We would be remiss if we did not pay tribute to a friend that stuck us closer than a brother, to our man of God. And that is none other than Pastor Anthony Tyler. He referred to himself as Uncle Tyler because he said his church, Higher Ground Community Church, and let's give them a hand because they allowed the man of God to come to us. Higher Ground Community Church and City of Faith were sister churches, so that's why it was Uncle Tyler. Well, Pastor Tyler was with us each step of the way, starting out with us at Dyett Elementary School in the Washington Park area. Many years later, he revealed to us what went on behind the scenes of our very first service. The pastor alluded to it, but he recounted the conversation he had with Pastor's mother, our own evangelist Rosemary Schaefer. And I tell you, it went like this.
I do remember that Sunday walking into Dyett Elementary School, and Mother Schaefer was doing her thing, and she saw me and said, "I'm so glad you're here. Find my son." I said, "What's wrong, Mother?" She said, "He's nervous and something's going on and you need to fix it." Well, I don't know how I could just go find him. Yes, ma'am. And when I turned around and saw him, he's right. He did literally almost jump in my arms. And sometimes you just need a brother to let you know that everything is all right. And I thank God for him. Pastor Schaefer knows that there are not a lot of people that I would leave my own self-church for. But I told the church I had to go and be with Pastor Schaefer and the City of Faith, and they understood. So y'all thank God for Higher Ground Community Church, because they understand. Other people, they won't understand, but for Pastor Schaefer, they understand.
It was on several occasions that Pastor Tyler declared to us how he would not fight for many outside of his two homies, Nash, wherever Nash went, and Pastor Patrick. Right. And you heard what he said about my own self-church. He must have been at Higher Ground and said, "Beam me up, Scotty," and before we knew it, he was here. But then he had to rush right back over to his own church, his own self-church. And how many times did Pastor Patrick state that, not counting himself, that his friend, Pastor Tyler, was the chosen man of God that he entrusted to stand in COF's pulpit to bring a word to this flock. Amen. And what a memorable, anointed, and enlightening word that would be. How many remember being blessed by Jesus? That's it? That's all. Or go forward. Full speed ahead. Yes. All right. And if you were with us at the 69th and Halsted location right down the street, when the lights went out, well, it wasn't actually just the City of Faith's lights now, because we paid our bills. All right? It was the whole neighborhood. And Pastor Tyler kept on preaching, "Lord, get the stink off me." The devil must have forgotten that God has all power, even in the dark. Yeah. Now, there's a saying, behind every great man is a great woman. Well, a more nearly accurate way of expressing that saying, in Pastor Tyler's case, is beside every good man. Because Lady Marlene Tyler would be right there by her husband's side on many occasions when he would come to be with us. And a bonus was, they often dressed alike. You see, they're dressed alike today with their purple on, their royal purple. You could hear her as his biggest cheerleader, sitting among the congregation in the Amen corner. And we can't leave the girls out. Quoting Pastor Tyler, he said, "One of the greatest lessons I've learned is watching my babies grow up. Yes. Madison, our promise. Mia, our blessing." A little extra for believing. Frick and Frack. I still remember the look of a proud father as Madison and Mia and the Dancing Angels Ministry blessed us at a Christmas celebration we had at CAM, Now that's the synagogue across the street from President Obama's house in Hyde Park. Once they were little girls, rocking ponytails and curls. Those were the lyrics in the song they were dancing to. And the rest of it was, before you wrap your gifts and before you trim the tree, don't forget how the day came to be. Over the years, as they grew into their preteen and teenage years, he continued sharing his heart over his girls. He went from the dad up story of the older toddler wanted to be picked up and taken downstairs. At the same time, he had the younger child in his arms. So that was that dad up. He went from that story all the way to how he might just possibly intimidated their prom dates. You know his famous line about boys.
They nasty.
Is it just nasty? Pastor Tyler could make us laugh, but he always had a word from the Lord for us. The last time he came to us was 3 years ago BC. That's before COVID. We were celebrating our 14th anniversary. And that was when he let us in on the story about Pastor's mom. The last sermon from Uncle/Pastor Tyler to COF came from the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter. I smell the rain in the air. That was the title of his message. In his words, he said, breakthrough is in your vicinity. Can you pick up the scent of God getting ready to bless you? Can you sense what God is about to do for you, with you, and through you? Can you get a whiff of what God is getting ready to lay out in front of you? The clouds are gathering. The latter rain is coming. When it comes, you see the effects immediately. Those who garden will tell you it took a minute between the planting and the growing. But once the latter rain comes, there's a burst of growth afterwards. If I could get one good rain. He prayed, Father, thank you for the rain that is coming. The latter rain, which is not to break up, but to bless. Not to discourage, but to encourage. To show us who you are. And he asked God to bless us as we move forward into our destiny. So, Pastor, tying this in with the word you brought to us today, we won't be discouraged when we ask if we're going in the right direction. If we pass this mountain before, is this the right mountain? And we'll hear God say, no, keep on walking. Lady Marlene, we thank you, your family, and your church family for sharing your man of God with us all these years. We thank God for the friendship garnered and nurtured over the years between Pastor Tyler and Pastor Patrick that would spill over into blessings upon blessings upon blessings heaped upon the city of faith. Well, that's it. That's all.
Praise the Lord.